theater labs being closed, being shut down.
I understand what you're saying because it was a theater and not the real thing. But actually, we know that most companies really reduced the amount of money they placed on innovation and not the other way around. And one of the things they've done is close these labs. And it's not like they're investing in really innovation right now. They're just closing
I agree. This is the first step. As I said, this is the first step in the right direction. I'm not saying that the follow-up step is that the second step is the right one. You are correct. Most organizations are very scared about the future, so they close the lab, and then what they do next is that they put the money on the core business again. Um, I fully agree. However, I had the pleasant surprise to work with some leaders throughout the situation last year, and actually innovation, on the contrary, became number one on the strategic agenda. And I'm talking about companies with 1,000 employees, 3,000 employees. I'm talking companies that are 10,000 plus employees, 100 offices around the world, very traditional industry. Again, I think it boils down to leadership and leadership's understanding of of the future. If you happen to work with visionary leaders, you will see what I just described happening. Labs are shutting down. They look twice at their past investment. They want to learn from the mistakes they've made in the innovation process or in the innovation activities throughout the past, let's say, 3-5 years. They take a really cold shower, if you want. They audit everything, and then they move forward in a more pragmatic way, doubling down on innovation, not taking the budget and putting it somewhere else. If you work
yeah.
with more traditional leaders, for the lack of better words, you will see exactly what you described.
Yeah. So why do you think that closing the labs is like a proof that I understand that you say labs are theater, but how do
Most
you
of them
think
are.
it's
Most
proof?
of them are. I'm not saying
Okay.
that all labs are. I'm just saying that the majority were built for PR purposes.
Yeah, but like it makes sense. So how do you show that you're investing in innovation? You need something tangible. You cannot see someone in front of the computer. I'm really thinking about something innovative. It doesn't sell. It needs to have like a tangible thing, which is a lab, and they show it. But the people working in these labs did not do really something which is substantially showing bottom line results. That's what you're saying,
Yeah, I
other
think
than the
I
fact
think
that,
that's no matter how you want to organize for innovation, regardless if you want to use the lab structure where you centralize innovation, or you want to use a destructured, if you want, way of innovation where every department is responsible for their own innovation, or you want to use a hybrid model where you do have a lab, but then every department is also responsible for their own innovation goals. No matter what type of structure you want to use for innovation, what's important is to be pragmatic, for people to understand that innovation needs to have an impact beyond just an article in a magazine saying how cool your office looks like. Innovation needs to have an impact. You need to see results in 3-5 years. Going back to innovation accounting, and again, I'm not doing it to promote the book in any way. We propose some indicators there, and there are companies that are using these indicators. For example, one of the indicators is new product vitality index. Essentially, this indicator is telling you how much in percentage of your current year's revenue comes from products that you launched in the past 3 to 5 years. So again, it's very, very pragmatic. Okay, I'm in charge of 100 million in my department. From that 100 million of revenue, I get 10 million from products that my department has launched in the past 3-5 years. So I can see exactly that innovation contributed 10% to my bottom line. Then, if you combine this indicator with other indicators that we actually put forward in the book, you can actually analyze to see how much you've spent for those 10 million. Have you spent 5 million to, or have you spent 20 million to get 10, which is not necessarily the best thing, but who knows, maybe one of those ideas is going to become the next Tesla. I don't know. Again, through indicators and through analysis, you can see if your company has pragmatism when it comes to innovation. And also through analysis and through indicators, you are able to force pragmatism within the organization. If all of a sudden you're going to have people incentivized or forced to show concrete data using some of the indicators I just presented above, the entire conversation is going to be different, even at product team level.
Yeah.